Take you live to Tshwane, where the DA is marching on the offices of the energy regulator NERSA in protest against Eskom's proposed electricity price hikes. Our reporter Juniour Khumalo standing by with an update for you on that. In Stilfontein, Zanikom Club is still there this morning. Scores of suspected illegal miners remain underground in an abandoned mine shaft. Mweli Masalela back at the Lebombo border post. Protests in Mozambique have again led to that border post being closed. We start now with the Democratic Alliance that's marching to the National Energy Regulator of South Africa's offices in Tshwane. They're angry at the proposal from Eskom to raise electricity prices by nearly 40% next year. Our senior political reporter Juniour Khumalo on the story joins us now. Juniour, good morning. What are protesters there going to be demanding today?
Indeed, Stephen, we do have quite a number of DA members already behind me, stationed in front of the NERSA offices. They are going to be protesting over that proposed increase, 36.1% increase by Eskom of the electricity. So this is yet another increase. Last year, 2023, there was an 18% increase. This year, 2024, there was 11% increase. And next year, Eskom wants another 36.1% increase as well. So the Democratic Alliance is saying this is unsustainable. A lot of South Africans now have to choose basically between buying food as well as paying for electricity. But joining me now is the national spokesperson of the Democratic Alliance. Thank you so much, Karabo, for joining us. Firstly, why is the DA here today to protest against this proposed price increase?
Thank you very much. Good morning to you, Juniour, and good morning to your viewers. It's very important because you outlined it very beautifully, actually. The cost of living has us choking. We are unable to pay our bills. We're unable to enter a store and buy both bread and meat at the same time. Parents don't know how they're going to pay for their children's school fees. Car owners don't know where they're going to get money for fuel. Bond payments are lapsing, they're coming back, right? And it's a painful reality for many South Africans, where even the middle class is unable to make ends meet. And now, as if that's not enough, you have Eskom that, because they have failed to manage their resources properly, because they have failed to use money in a way that is sustainable and efficient, now South Africans now have to cough up the bill. And the South Africans have already coughed up the bill, Juniour. We have bailed out SOEs in South Africa for a very long time. SOEs that we shouldn't have even had to bail out with taxpayers' monies because they were given money, but you had officials, cadres, who decided to, instead of using the money correctly, to chow state funds. And the same South Africans who have been robbed of state funds are now expected to fit the bill, right? And that is completely, it is wrong. It is a painful reality that South Africans have to live with. And as the Democratic Alliance, we will not have it and we do not want it. You'd also recall, Juniour, that apart from the increase right now that NERSA is proposing, since 2007, NERSA has increased the cost of electricity by 450%. That is madness, absolute sheer madness. We cannot be battling a cost of living crisis while trying to make ends meet, also have to now bail people out who have shown themselves to be inefficient, who are chowest of state coffers and have zero moral compass altogether to direct state funds in the correct way. So as the Democratic Alliance, we're here today to say down with this sort of thing. We do not want it, South Africans do not want it, but we certainly do not deserve to be in the situation that we are. That's why we're outside here today, to put an end to it. We're going to hand over a memorandum supported by a petition of thousands of South Africans who have also said enough is enough and they can't have this.
Karabo, this is the second time that the Democratic Alliance is marching basically against this government of national unity. We saw you guys marching about 2 weeks ago over the Bela, the implementation of those two clauses of the Bela bill. Are there no other avenues that you can use as a partner of the ANC in this government of national unity?
We're not marching against the government of national unity because we're still in the government of national unity. Very efficient, more efficient actually as the Democratic Alliance than any other political party in that Juniour. What we are marching against are things that we fundamentally believe are not in the best interest of South Africans. Our participation in the GNU does not simply mean that when we are unhappy and we believe South Africans are being done wrong, that we're going to fold our arms and decide to have coffee over a table or go on a gala dinner to sort matters out. The bottom line is, if the Ministry of Electricity was efficient doing its job, the Democratic Alliance wouldn't have to find itself here right now. If the ANC over the years had been able to deal with their cadres and make sure that they are deployed accordingly to do what they're supposed to do, which is to make sure that South Africans have an affordable and consistent supply of electricity, we wouldn't find ourselves here today. And as the Democratic Alliance, we continue to be unashamed with our protest. As the Democratic Alliance, we take our constitutional and democratic principles very seriously. We respect South Africans. We believe that if there's anybody that should always be there, having South Africans back, it will be us. Come hell or high waters, will forever be in the fighting ring. The gloves will forever be off as far as South Africans' best interests are concerned. And for as long as there are ministries within the GNU that are not doing right by South Africans, the Democratic Alliance will forever be on the streets.
Okay, thank you so much. That is the national spokesperson of the Democratic Alliance saying that they are not protesting against the government of national unity, but those ministries which they feel like are not performing, such as the Ministry of Electricity. We know that it's been over 230 days without load shedding. But now the challenge is when it comes to the tariffs that continue to be increased, as well as the local municipalities that are struggling basically with infrastructure to make sure that electricity is delivered to all South Africans, Stephen.
Juniour Khumalo for that update. Thank you very much indeed. Live, of course, through the morning from the NERSA headquarters in Tshwane. Well, to